Hey, welcome into another Mystery Fifth Hour presented by McCurry Van and Car Rental, McCurryRentals.com. All the vehicles, trucks, SUVs, passenger vans you need to get where you're going. Locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest, Skyland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa. Easy in, easy out. They do it fast. Rent today, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That is Jim Dunaway. That is Lance Taylor, Rockstar in the Box. We're going to talk food today, and we ask you to give us a thumbs up. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and set your alerts so you know when we're live. Do you guys did you ever go to the county fair when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember. I think it was out by the, was it more Bessemer, Ensley? Where were the fairgrounds?
The state fairgrounds. It was in
Fairfield.
It was Fairfield,
Yeah.
where the racetrack was.
Yeah, and I think the number one thing to take our show hostage on days is food.
There is zero doubt. So rather than take the show hostage, we have moved it to the Mystery Fifth Hour here to take it hostage. Rockstar, where are these foods from that we're about to discuss?
The little thing called the Texas State Fair.
So this is coming up. It seems like year-round we discuss the Texas State Fair.
Well,
Does that thing ever
just
end?
to let you know, it is from September 27th to October 20th of this year.
Wow, so a full month.
And but they have just released the semifinalists and things like that for the people that I guess get to introduce their foods. But these are the new foods this year. I have highlighted 10 out of like 15 or 20 that they've released. And you can go over the menu and let me know if you guys would consume them, order them. Some I left out that I thought were just too ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking about these things it's been going on forever.
Yeah.
But on our show for, 10 plus years. And I do find it amazing on how creative they can get and make it still good. Now, sometimes they try way too hard.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of the time, I would try most of these, and most of them sound really good.
So we've talked about going to this game. The Texas-Oklahoma game occurs during the State Fair. It's right there at the Cotton Bowl where the State Fairgrounds resides.
SEC game, by the way.
SEC game now. So I guess we can go to the game and try these foods now. We've talked about going to that game. We've talked about going to a game at Georgia Tech for random reasons.
That one's now off my list.
Is that off the list? And we've talked about going to this game, and we've never done it. So here are the foods that will draw us there. Let's start, Rockstar, with the cornbread sausage bombs. Cornbread sausage bombs.
I like cornbread.
Okay. Do you like sausage
I like
and bombs?
sausage,
Do you
I
like
don't necessarily
bombs?
like bombs,
Yes.
but...
All right, Rockstar, what we got here?
Cornbread, this southern fried cornbread sausage bombs are finally here. Pecan smoked Texas sausage slices are topped with a heaping portion of pimento cheese and a slice of jalapeno, then dipped in a fluffy cornbread batter. These savory treats are fried golden brown and served with jalapeno ranch dipping sauce.
I will say this is like an A-plus dish for me.
I love it too. As I'm tasting it here,
the only thing I can't do is the pimento cheese.
As I'm tasting it here, I'm getting a little bit of a hush puppy feel, though. Does it have a little hush puppy to it?
I think so. The cornbread.
The cornbread. It's built into a hush puppy shape, but
Yeah.
to have a hush puppy, which I like,
I do too.
not all the time, but to have a hush puppy with that on the inside, that's a really good combination.
I love me some cornbread.
Yeah, I do too. There's nothing not to like about this. Now, I will say sometimes pimento cheese can get overused just a little bit. Like, I like it. I don't hate it as a burger topping instead of normal cheese, but sometimes they'll just pile a ton of it on there, and it's a little overpowering.
Well, I love pimento cheese, but I think if you have it like 2 or 3 times in a week, I can get a little over it.
Me too. Once a month for me.
How do you consume your pimento cheese? On a Ritz cracker or
I
bread?
can.
It's typically white bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can do a cracker. I can do a celery stick. I can do anything.
Pita chips.
Pita chips. But you don't like pimento cheese, Rockstar?
No, I've never
Is it a
liked pimento
texture
cheese.
thing?
Yeah,
What is
that
it?
and just don't like anything about it.
I'll tell you why I did not like it until I was an adult. I had inferior pimento cheese. I had the school pimento cheese.
Right.
And at our school, it was just runny and not good. It was cheap. And when you
The more yellow it is, the better it is. The oranger it is.
Yeah. When you get elite pimento cheese, then all of a sudden it tastes different. It's good.
Do you guys, before we go to the next one, just around the room, do you like bread pudding?
Love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
I
Oh,
do.
love it.
I love it.
I do. I don't like it, the traditional as much, the bourbon sauce on top, New Orleans style. White chocolate bread pudding and some other flavors of bread pudding.
That white
Absolutely
chocolate
love
bread
it.
pudding.
Oh, it's fantastic. All right, well, let's go to the next one. This is deep fried candy pecan bacon A lot in there. Bread pudding. Deep fried candy pecan bacon bread pudding, Rockstar.
They went over the top of the description of this. The recipe begins with making the perfect bread pudding, a marriage of French bread, a perfect custard recipe. After it cools, it's cut into bite-sized morsels. As the bread pudding is placed in the fryer, it starts to caramelize to the edges, turning golden brown with a rich and creamy center. The bread pudding is tossed in a perfect blend of cinnamon sugar and candy pecans, which find their home nestled next to the crisp, chopped bacon. It is topped with a New Orleans praline sauce that perfectly ties together these sweet and savory flavors. Lastly, a touch of salted caramel bourbon sauce is added.
I think this looks amazing.
What's not to like, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like, I'm not going to say it's better than the cornbread sausage bombs, but it's so different because this is a dessert. I mean, I give that an A+.
If you had to choose when you're going, like, you can only do sweets or savory, whatever,
I think I'd go savory.
Are you more excited about the sweets or the savory part?
It's my battle at breakfast every time I go because I like to do a little of both. I like salty and sweet.
Your caloric intake is going to go up
It's
on these
going to
days.
be a lot, but here's the thing I would say, like savory, I feel like I can sample 4 or 5 dishes. I don't feel like I can do that with desserts.
No.
I
But
feel
you're
like
not
I go one dessert and then that's it.
I know you're not a big breakfast person. You
Nope.
like a brunch, right? You like going for brunch.
I like a brunch, but that's really once a week. I mean, breakfast, I'll grab a banana, I'll grab a bar. I mean, breakfast is.
So if you have to eat a breakfast, do you go egg, bacon, toast, or do you go
I would go like waffle bacon, avocado toast.
right? See, I like to go eggs, bacon, maybe a grit, and then throw a waffle on the side for me.
But
I
to
like them
me,
both.
breakfast is by far, I don't believe, healthiest meal of the day. It is by far number 3 for me.
Oh, me
Like,
too, yeah.
Dinner 1, lunch 2.
Like, if it just weren't for being so starving by the time we finish our normal show, I would never eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I just don't crave it. There's no...
I used to not. When we
Yeah.
first started doing a show together, I just didn't have an appetite in the mornings.
Yeah, I don't crave it. And in fact, when I eat what most people like you're discussing, I kind of feel the rest of the day.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
Lunch would be third for me.
Oh, I love lunch.
Yeah, I look too forward to breakfast. I get too excited about breakfast, and it so often time fails me.
So oftentimes fails you.
Bastard.
All right, that is the deep fried candy pecan bacon bread pudding. Next, this is a show favorite. Wait a minute. Yeah, there you go. The bougie grilled cheese. Everybody on the show likes grilled cheese. What makes it bougie, Rockstar?
I get checked out after this one. America's favorite sandwich taken to an elevated level for sophisticated taste buds. A gourmet grilled cheese filled with fresh arugula,
Nope.
thinly sliced green apples, turkey, and scratch-made cranberry mayo, all in between ooey-gooey melted brie and Havarti cheeses, and buttery, crispy sourdough bread. Sourdough.
Looks delicious.
Yep.
I could do without the apples.
Really,
No.
I could do without the arugula.
Yeah, the arugula
I
for
like
me.
the arugula.
Yeah?
I'd rather have arugula. Arugula is okay, but our friends at the Heritage House has a sandwich sort of like this, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
sliced
okay.
apples, Havarti, and
Yeah, Maddie does me a gourmet grilled cheese, but it's got different kinds of jams on it. But I mean, outside of the apples, a little much. I could do it with the apples.
interesting.
Yeah, that's what got in the. I
like brie, though.
I don't like cranberry, but I'll do the cranberry
Ooh, I
mayo.
like cranberry.
There's a place in Homewood. I don't even know if they're still open, but we used to go there for lunch some, and they would do a turkey cranberry wrap. And I mean, it was really just turkey, cranberries, and maybe like a spicy mustard or something like that. Roly Poly used to have one that was the turkey
yeah.
Applejack.
I go
so
to
good.
a market that is fresh here on 280, and they have some pre-made sandwiches. And one I got the other day, it was a wrap actually. It was turkey, some kind of cheese, sliced apple on it, lettuce, and some kind of spicy mayo.
I mean, I would go no arugula, but if they were just like, sir, you've got to have the arugula, I'd eat this.
Like, so
I think I'm 3 for 3.
If this was going to be a big time lunch and I started with the cornbread sausage bombs from my app, and then I went with the bougie grilled cheese, and then the candy pecan bacon bread pudding, that would be a great meal.
Yes,
a good
sir.
meal.
Yeah, I like that. All right, these are all meals from the Texas State Fair. Up next, Rockstar, fried Texas barbecue shotgun shells.
It looks like it's on a stick, so Dunaway would love it. It's made with slow smoked shredded Texas barbecue beef brisket, melted gooey Velveeta, and cream cheese, seasoned with Meat Church Texas sugar rub. Is that good?
Meat Church is good. He's got a really good product.
Then rolled in a
He's
pasta
from
sheet,
Alabama.
wrapped up in hickory smoked bacon, and rolled in jalapeno breadcrumbs.
Again,
Sounds fantastic.
what's not to like?
The inside just doesn't look.
No, the inside looks dead.
Yeah, it looks dry.
Yeah. Well, brisket's, dark in color.
Yeah.
just the whole thing looks very dry.
Yeah.
This would out of 4 so far. I think this would be 4th for me.
It looks like
looking at
it's
it, it
on a
looks very
Chili's
sm-
wrap.
It looks very small.
It does look like you order this at Chili's with
Yeah.
your baby back ribs.
No, it does look small and not
Yeah.
enough stick. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to hold that
Yeah,
stick?
you got to hold that kind of like with just 2 fingers right
Yeah,
there.
if you got fat fingers, good luck.
Yeah.
It's like a push-up back in the days.
I mean, that's more of an appetizer right there. But again, I'd eat it. I don't know what's not to like there. Up next,
This is the one that this picture
okay,
got me going.
So you're gonna you like this? All
Oh,
right, this
yeah.
is another dessert, guys, from the Texas State Fair. Rest and Heavenly Peach. Great name, by the way. And
Two slices of fluffy angel food cake are grilled in rich butter oil until until perfectly charred. The grilled slices of heaven then sit on a cloud of light and sweet whipped cream topping, a cold dollop of delicious peach pie filling on top to complement the warm grilled cake, charred angel food cake, sweet whipped cream topping, and peach pie goodness.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. All
I
right,
mean, that-
so
I thought it was French toast at first when I
yeah,
saw it.
it
I
does
was
look
like,
like
oh my
French toast.
God.
All right, this is gonna surprise you guys. I'm out on this one.
Why?
Why?
A couple things. There are 2 problems for me with this one. Number one, I don't like the char on the angel food cake.
Why?
Because I don't like char on my stuff. I don't like the char on the
that's
angel food cake.
So it's not French toast, but back to it. That's what. So do you eat French toast? That's what it always looks
very,
like.
very rarely, but that is a bit of an issue with me on
I
French
mean, it's
toast.
not beyond charred. Like I don't think like you taste the charredness. It's almost
Yeah.
like presentation.
Yeah. And peach pie filling is a poor substitute for peaches. Peach pie filling just does not
So
taste good.
there is a local place that I had dinner there on Tuesday. You guys don't like the burger. I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
But they got the burger, and then I got this peach dessert, and it was like a combination of a cheesecake with fresh peaches and something else. It was incredible.
I just don't like when you get a peach cobbler. I can tell if they've gone lazy and it's just peach pie filling. It's nowhere close to it.
Because you would do this if it was real peaches.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
This is peach cobbler. Is
Yeah,
what
but it's
this is.
peach pie filling though.
Those are real peaches there.
I'd almost want
Filling.
I'd want ice cream more than I'd want the cream.
Yeah.
I would too. I'd want vanilla ice cream instead of whipped cream. Not a huge whipped cream. fan.
Peach pie filling, a poor substitute.
Yeah,
for
I'm not
fresh
going to go A+. I would go B+ on this. So it looks good
Love
to me.
the idea of charring the angel bread.
Yeah,
Angel
this is
food
the
cake.
first one I'm passing. And now, look, I'd still eat that, but just given the choice, I'm going to pass. All right, this is a very simple name from the Texas State Fair, the Big Texan Rockstar. Uh-oh.
The Big Texan is your choice of signature fries or crispy tater tots topped with Fried's famous cheese sauce, or Fred's, I don't know, Texas smoked shredded brisket, bacon pieces, and their signature barbecue sauce.
It's. I mean, you would have to eat
Looks
this
like-
with a fork, right?
Yep,
You can't eat this
100%,
with
yep.
hands.
It's like you eat the center first and then do the fries.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
presentation looks awful, and the fries below that are going to be so soggy.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to put it in? Put it in an old school grocery bag.
This is my least favorite so far.
Yeah, me too. It would be my least favorite.
Because
But
I
would
love
eat
fries, and I just don't. I don't like them when they get so soggy. They're not fries anymore.
it. I mean, stoned as a bat at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is probably a
What
pretty
if they
good dish.
would it make it different if they put it on a plate, the fries down on the plate, and the topping on top of it instead of fries just sticking out of it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Almost like
Almost like
nachos.
poutine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't put too much of the topping on the fries because it is going to weigh it down and it's really going to make it soggy.
and it's going to run through the bag.
But I bet the flavor's good. It's just presentation looks awful.
So would you guys not even consider the tater tots
Yes, I would.
more so than fries?
I think I don't know.
I
Tater
hate
tots aren't going to hold up
I'm not a
with
big
that.
tater tot guy.
I hate
Well, you could at
soggy
least do
tater
the-
tots the most.
You could at least do the tater tots with a fork.
That I mean, that would be the,
But tater tots, I really think would evaporate in this. Like the fries going to hold up better.
Boy, the one thing I'm noticing, and we are in Texas here on this, is a lot of brisket. We got a lot of
Yeah.
brisket in these
They
plates.
do themes every like it seems like the one I did not do for the dessert was a deep fried pickle on a stick dipped in fruity pebbles.
No thank you.
Boy, that is a heck of a combo
That is
right
a
there.
F minus.
Yeah,
That is
hard
that's,
pass.
that's too big to connect the flavor of a fruity pebble and a pickle for me.
Yes. Up next, we have the Butcher's Block Rockstar. Holy crap!
If you want all the meats, then this is the bowl for you. Start off with 3 cheese macaroni and cheese, then pile on the good stuff, topped with 15-hour smoked brisket, crispy fried chicken, candied bacon bits, jalapeno peppers, and a piece of sausage on the side. The macaroni is then drizzled with a brown sugar chipotle sauce that adds a bit of sweetness and a tad bit of spice.
I'm sure the flavor's good, but to me, and I know I'm going to be the minority here, I only need one meat.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Once you
You
maybe
don't want
2,
all the meats.
but once you start mixing proteins like that, it does become just a lot.
And
A lot of competitive taste in your mouth there.
to me, this looks like a bowl I would get at a chicken place run by a colonel.
You gotta be more
Yeah.
specific.
It's a
But I
church.
mean, like, pick your meat. Whether you did the smoked brisket, let's leave the chicken out, or sausage, and you put the other stuff on it. I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, and the 3-cheese macaroni and cheese got my attention, but boy, that's just a lot on
One
top
thing
of
I
it
would
right
never
there.
do is I love chicken and I love macaroni and cheese. I don't want to dip my chicken in my macaroni and cheese. Like that's what
Interesting.
That wouldn't bother me as much as these guys pointing out, eating a dry chicken finger and then going to some, not top quality brisket.
I tell you what
Again, that meat looks dry.
sounds good is the brown sugar chipotle sauce.
I would agree with you on that. Yeah, I just like that with any one of these specific meats.
Yeah, it's almost a really good barbecue sauce.
I would like to try that brown sugar chipotle sauce. A little sweet and that cut of the chipotle.
Why don't
Yeah.
you work on that, master it?
I'll
for
see
us.
if I can find some for us. I'd like to try that. All right, up next we've got it's just called the steak bowl.
Bad presentation.
Yeah, boy.
I mean,
what
the
is
mushrooms look
underneath?
like eyeballs.
Oh my!
Made to order mouth-watering bites of prime sirloin steak served in a bowl of your choice of homemade rustic mashed potatoes, wine-marinated mushrooms, and sautéed onions and bell peppers. Top it off with your choice of a zesty chimichurri sauce or a homemade cowboy butter sauce. Or both.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big chimichurri guy. That cowboy butter sauce looks like just butter.
Yeah, it's probably pretty good. Pour it on a potato.
Yeah, but to Rockstar's point, boy, the presentation's awful. And
awful.
you're right, it did look like an eyeball.
It
the
looks
minute
very
popped out.
bland.
Yeah.
And those serving the sides, like whatever the sauce is,
Yeah.
that's a small serving of that you're getting. So I'm curious how much you're paying for this stuff because they're doing
Not
really
cheap.
small servings.
Yeah, not cheap.
I'm guessing because you're eating so much.
By the way, this is the part of the lineup. We've got 9 dishes here. The part of the lineup we'd be considering pinch hitting in late innings here. These
Yes.
last 3 have been outs.
I mean, you don't want to wear white to the Texas State Fair, do
You
you?
do not. Hey, and it's probably pretty hot out there, and you're walking around all day. You think this lays heavy on you?
I'm going elastic waistband.
Okay, the last one, the Nacho average nachos. Nacho average
To bring
nachos.
this dish to life, they take a wonton wrapper and fill it to the brim with a delicious cherry or apple filling. Deep fry it to a crispy perfection and sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar. Each serving is topped with whipped topping and a dusting of brownie crumbs, then garnished with slices of strawberries, fresh blueberries, and diced peaches. One more step before you dig in. A drizzle of citrus glaze and chocolate sauce is added to bring this recipe to life. A cajeta-filled churro stick is added to ensure all the heavenly flavor can be soaked up and enjoyed.
They
It's a
started
lot.
out strong. This thing
Yeah,
fell apart.
It really did late, didn't
Really
it?
bad
This whole
presentation
last
again.
page I was not a fan of. A lot in that one, man.
There was one I owe a
I
minute.
mean, that might be you share it with 8 other people and you have one bite each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one I omitted. I don't.
Cherry is not. I think you've said this before. Like cherry flavor or whatever, you're not a big fan
It's
of.
not good. And I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon unless it's a perfect dish. And
I like
it's blended great.
cinnamon,
Yeah.
but we're looking at Fireball. I don't
A
like
deep fried fireball.
I was going to say this looks like almost a donut stick.
No, it looks
maybe
like a French
churro.
toast stick from
Yeah.
Shoney's.
Yeah, and a thing of Fireball. Fireball is so overrated.
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, it's just a shot of like really thick cinnamon.
I agree. This looks like the old Burger King French toast sticks. You go in there, grab one of those,
Yeah.
and dip it in Fireball.
Is that the devil spitting fire?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Do you guys like at a county fair? Do you like a funnel cake? My little one likes funnel cake. They are so
No.
messy, and I don't like them.
I like it. I just don't like powdered sugar, so I get mine minus the powdered sugar.
So it's just deep fried batter
So
is
you
all
just
you're
want
eating.
an oil cake. Take the fun out.
Yeah, it's deep fried batter that tastes like the fish they fried in it the night before. Do you like cotton candy?
Not really. I will
Never
eat
liked
some
cotton
of
candy.
it.
I mean, as a
What about
kid,
a-
I think
what about
most
a
kids
big
like it because
lollipop?
it's just nothing but sugar.
Yeah. I don't like the big lollipop.
You
really.
don't think that would look
Not the
weird?
big one that's like that.
Yeah.
I don't like those.
Those are all when the kids would get those. That was just a mess. Having to get it off their hands,
Yeah.
their face. It was
It's
just
like
horrible.
that oversized candy cane that's the size of like a dog leg.
Yes.
And like people would like put aluminum foil back on it to like save it for later. So because you can't eat it once, you can eat it over like a month. It's disgusting.
Easter bunny, the chocolate one that used to be really big.
Yeah.
They'd get into that and be head to toe in chocolate.
Yeah. Candied
No, thank
apple?
you.
You like candied apple at the fair?
I have.
like it hurts your teeth.
I have.
It does.
Back in the day, I was more caramel.
I
than-
do too.
Than candy. I like the caramel apple more.
Yeah.
But then the caramel didn't hold on to the apple as good
No,
as
that's the problem.
candy did.
That's the problem. All right, all those are at the Texas State Fair. Thank you for those. Rockstar McCurry Van and Car Rental brings you the Mystery Fifth Hour. All kinds of vehicles to choose from. Trucks, SUVs, passenger vans. Easy to rent, in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest, and Skyland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa. You can rent today at 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. Please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe and set your alerts. Follow us on all social media at Next Round Live. Thank you for joining us for the Mystery Fifth Hour.